Welcome to the first installment of Destination Dallas, Eclipse Convergence 2024. We are so grateful that you've chosen to join us today on this quick cast, which will be focused on exploring ideas around and some of the possible spiritual implications of the American Eclipse 2024. On April 8th, 2024, North America will experience a once-in-several-lifetimes event, a full solar eclipse, moving across its three major countries, Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Such an event won't happen again in the US for another 375 years. So we in North America have a rare and very special opportunity to both see and experience this magnificent, celestial, powerful, energetic occurrence. Here in our region, Dallas, Texas, it is the largest city from which the eclipse will be most visible for the longest duration. 2 hours and 39 minutes for the entire eclipse, including the totality, meaning full solar eclipse, for an astounding 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Dallas is selling out. Dallas is becoming crowded. Public officials are expecting hundreds of thousands of people to be here, and we are one such group which is welcoming folks into the Dallas region. So, does this event carry a deeper meaning? Is it a sign from God? Or is it just so much moon pie in the sky? Today's guest will help to clarify some of these questions and maybe even enlighten listeners to a solution or two as regards some of the regional price gouging for rooms in the Dallas area. Our guest for this episode is Lisa Loving Dalton, a committed follower of spirit, a creator and facilitator of several spiritual study groups, a Rudolf Steiner initiate, an accomplished actress, and general earth angel. On April 8th, 2024, during the American Eclipse, Ms. Loving Dalton will be hosting a gathering of seekers, like-spirited individuals in Dallas, Texas, with a focus toward holding the positive light of spirit for the region, the country, and the planet as the day turns to night on April 8th, 2024. Lisa, welcome to our quick cast, Destination Dallas, Eclipse Convergence 2024. Thank you for being here. And let's begin with a bit of your background. What brings you to spiritual work?
Well, thank you, Tony Bates, for inviting me to come and speak on this quick cast. I remember being a child and being fascinated by spiritual pageantry. And I remember one specific moment when I was about 5 years old. And I don't know if you ever did this, but I think a lot of kids do. You're just alone on a sidewalk and you think about that little tale about don't step on a crack, you'll break your mother's back. And somehow I was looking down and I saw a crack that I was avoiding. And I saw a stream of ants. And I suddenly felt as I looked down on this ant that those ants were looking down on a microorganism smaller, and that greater beings were looking down on me and greater beings looking down on them. And I experienced what we could call this hierarchy of life, not visible to my eyes. My eyes could see the ant and the crack that it was walking toward. But I felt this sense of myself as a microcosm of a massive macrocosm. Of course, at 5, I didn't have the language for it. However, I was deeply impressed by that as I'm 70 years old now. So for 65 years, that image has lived within me. And how does it change who I am when I feel myself in relationship to all that is above and below me, all that is within and around me, and finding ways to celebrate that has just been a stream of activity throughout my life as a minister, as an actor, as an entertainer, comedian, clown and klutz, former stunt woman, avid motorcyclist, rough and tumble tomboy kid who always had a view towards some kind of sacredness that I want others to know about, experience, and find the comfort and inspiration that the possibilities of that exist.
And so how have you facilitated this through your journey? How did that moment it clearly sent you on a spiritual journey? How has that facilitated itself throughout your life, and how have you facilitated that with other people?
When I was in fifth grade, I observed that I was a Catholic school kid. I observed this new Catholic school I was in for fifth grade did not have any festivals and celebrations, and and so I wrote, produced, directed the Feast of the Annunciation, and I created my own sort of little mystery drama around celebrating that and performed it for the class. In sixth grade, I recognized that the parish I was in was very male dominated, and they had no festival celebrations that were dedicated to Mary at all and to the Sophia, the Virgin Sophia. And so you need to imagine by seventh grade, a little bright red haired pixie gal sitting at in the office of the Monsignor of this very large parish, telling him that it was inappropriate to dishonor Mother Mary by not having a May procession and May festival. And so he actually allowed me to create a festival there at 12 years old. And this just continued through my life.
That's very powerful.
So in Los Angeles, I helped form an organization called a Gathering of Light Minds, which you, Tony Bates, happen to know about and participate with me in for 10 years. We had a regular meditation group where we really developed our sense of spiritual selves and expanded our lives and actually manifest many beautiful, beautiful transformations in all of the participants' lives. And during that time, I also ran an acting studio, and I created regular what I called creative spirit weekends, where we would go away to the mountains, Big Bear, or up north, and create an amazing sacred weekend. And as life traveled, I became more engaged in Rudolf Steiner's spiritual science. I connected at the last eclipse in 2017 with Hazel Archer Ginsburg. And that event, we did a mystery drama. We had 35 people, and we spent the weekend learning the songs, learning the movements, and play reading, play acting, the entire event. And then by the end of it, it was such a magical experience where we just all performed it together. I think one person got a little exhausted, so they sat down and they became our audience. But everyone else was actually in the mystery drama pageant. But right there, Hazel and I were aware that 2024 was coming to Texas, and we set our hearts on creating another program. And so I searched for a location. We found a beautiful location, the St. Raphael Retreat Center in Dallas, 13 acres of lovely land and housing. And it wasn't my first search point. In fact, other places that I searched were wanting what basically would have cost about $500 a night for each person just to sleep there, and with a minimum of 4 nights. And so when I found this location where we can offer you coming Saturday, the 6th of April, we can offer you 3 nights and 8 meals, 8 lovely meals, plus the whole program to Tuesday morning for $497. It's the
My
bargain of the
goodness. It is, because there's a lot of price gouging going on. Flights have gone through the roof. Car rentals have gone through the roof. Motels, hotels are tremendous, and even motels now are asking unbelievable amounts of money for a single night. And here you have the entire event covered from Saturday, April 16th through Tuesday, April 9th, the day after the event, rather. You've got rooms for folks available. Now, we might mention that those rooms are limited, so folks that are going to be interested in joining you should go to eclipseconvergence.com, where they can sign up. And again, that's a $497 price tag for all 3 of the nights. It includes 8 meals, and folks are on a 13-acre place. I've seen the space. It's beautiful. It's recently renovated, and it should be fun. Now, what kind of people are you inviting to come? Who do you expect to be there with you, or who would you prefer to come to this event? And what
I,
kind of activities will they be participating in?
yeah, great questions, Tony. I'm hoping I have this vision of 44 light workers who want to experience this event in sacred community. And the content of we will be creating this new mystery drama which Hazel Archer Ginsburg has created, and it is around the spiritual science of Rudolf Steiner. And we will be learning music. We will be led by Ultraviolet Archer, who's an amazing musician, amazing, beautiful musician, and we will be learning eurythmy, which is a spiritual dance form of expressing sound and motion. And we will be directing, we'll be reading from scripts. We don't have to memorize. And we will be contemplating. We'll be asking ourselves personal questions, whatever questions we would like to explore during this retreat. And we will have some, sacred meditative time to explore that, and some small group conversation. We'll have an open mic night for anyone who wants to perform poetry, share their art, sing, however they want to do it. And during the eclipse, we'll start when the sun starts to move into partial coverage, and the 497 comes with free eclipse glasses. So
Fantastic.
we'll have the glasses for you. No worry about that if you haven't gotten them already. And of course, you're welcome to bring your own. But we will have this pageant that we will have rehearsed bits and pieces of, and it'll be chaotic or whatever, but we will pause regularly and take time to go into silence and to engage with the cosmic event, the solar event that's happening, and then we will re-engage and continue. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but during the actual full totality, we don't have to wear our glasses. We can take them off. We just need it when it's not completely full.
That is
And
correct.
yes, and so afterwards, when we finish up our pageant, we'll have a little free time, and just to relax, to take everything in, because we will have been working quite powerfully, we believe, during that time. So, what is the work? What is the activity that's really going on? Why are we doing this? Throughout history, there has been a concern when this eclipse happens that the powerful forces of light streaming from the sun, which can normally calm the dark forces that are swirling on the earth, cannot do that. They are blocked. And so during that time in particular, it is our hope that through this gathering of 44 people or more, because people are welcome to commute. You don't have to stay there. And you could come just for the day if you can't make the entire event. Um, but that we will create a spiritual force through our concentration, intent, our love, and prayer that will keep the forces of light strong and that will help feed the forces of light that are being blocked, that will help bring peace and help resolve unpeace that may be existing both in the cosmos above us and on this planet. So afterwards, we'll have time, an optional time to gather in small groups and share in an open space environment, whatever we'd like to, or relax, take a nap, however, and then we'll reconvene in the evening and we'll do more reflection on the questions like maybe what have we eclipsed in ourselves? How can we bring ourselves to radiate greater light? How can we support our colleagues, our loved ones, and the larger circles in that hierarchy that I was talking about? When, how can we support the ants and the bees, and how can we support the cosmic forces to greater harmony? And then we'll have a lovely breakfast the following morning and a final wrap up with some more ceremonies and hopefully we will experience more activities in relation to the constellations and the zodiac.
So this isn't just an eclipse viewing weekend. This is a weekend of play and spiritual work and inner work and outer work, as it were, for folks to take away with them. And that is why you are hoping that you will have light-focused, spirit-focused people joining you. And I want to remind you folks that there are only 16 beds left for you to participate with the Eclipse Convergence, Piercing the Veil to Resurrect the Grail. This will be April 6th, starting Saturday, April 6th through Tuesday, April 9th. The price, again, is $497 for the entire event, including 8 meals and 3 nights of sleeping. The housing will be at the St. Raphael Retreat Center, which is recently renovated. It is here in Dallas, Texas. Sleeping arrangements include separate quarters for men and women, 3 to 4 persons per room, shared bathrooms. But to sign up now, before everyone else takes these last few beds away, eclipseconvergence.com. Around the city, the prices are $500 a night for a motel room, if you can find that. Hundreds of thousands of people are expected to be in town, but we're looking for just a few light workers to join in and to bring their energy and their spirit into the work that's already being done. Again, eclipseconvergence.com is the place for you to secure a bed for yourself and maybe a loved one. Again, the sleeping quarters will be separated by men and women. Now, tell us a little bit more about Hazel Archer Ginsburg and what she will be doing and what she brings to this event.
Yes. Hazel is an amazing festival goddess minister, as I am ceremonial minister, and she has spent a lifetime in many different spiritual paths and is quite a beautiful writer. She has a blog, a cognitive ritual, and on Substack, and you can find more about her at her website, which is reverseritual.com. And I have a little bit of a photo of Hazel. There she is, amazing gal who's always an inspiration to me. And she is the author of our pageant. And yeah, she's just wonderful.
So she'll be leading the workshop/weekend alongside you, I presume.
That is correct. And her daughter, Ultraviolet, will be leading us in the music. And we also have Richard Cloud, who is with Mysteria Mystica Americana, which is an esoteric ritual work group based in Rudolf Steiner's work, of which Hazel and I are both members. And Richard will be speaking, and he's going to be speaking about the nature of the Grail as the receiver and a holder, the nectar that nourishes the divine source within us and feeds each other. So I'm excited about Richard participating as well.
Well, it's just about time to wrap up this quick cast. I just want to say from my personal perspective, when Lisa and myself and our friend Renee founded our meditation group way back in the day, there were very, very powerful events that came out of that, healings, manifestations. So I just want to tell you folks who are spirit focused, who are light workers, you're going to be connecting with a group of very powerful people. So if you are interested in bringing light onto the planet and holding the light of peace for the planet, not just viewing the eclipse, this is the place for you to be. Once again, the event is Eclipse Convergence, Piercing the Veil to Resurrect the Grail. That will take place at the St. Raphael Retreat Center in Dallas, Texas, from Saturday, April 6th through Tuesday, April 9th. Included are 3 nights of bedding, and also 8 meals are included along with that. It is a bargain that you will not find anywhere else in Dallas. And remember, Dallas is the city, the largest city, where the eclipse will be, the totality will be available or visible for almost 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. So people are rushing all into Texas and specifically into Dallas. We hope to see you here to join your energy with our energy, to hold space for light and peace on the planet, and to take that back out to your communities after leaving the event. Lisa, final words for the audience.
Yes, find a way to get here and know that you can come a day early and have a bed, or you can also do that for a day later if your travel arrangements require. We'll really look forward to seeing you and having you be one of our special 44 light workers. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today on this quick cast, and we will see you on the next one. Be blessed.